What is up guys, Thomas on the one here, and today I have a bit of a different video, or rather a bit of a classic video. Today I have an eBay haul that my dad's been able to collect. These are all items that I've gotten off of eBay in the past 2 months that we've been unable to go and pick up from my dad's friend's house because of, well, you know how the world is right now. But basically, this is a kind of video I haven't done in a while where I believe it was called New Items, whatever number video it was, and it would show what new things I'd gotten off of eBay. And it was really monotone, and I'd always go, I got a package today, let's see what I got, and then whatever it was. Which, looking back, I don't know why I did it like that, but anyway, today I thought, since this is quite a good big haul that I do have some things to say about, I thought I'd record it. This probably won't become a regular thing, but I thought, why not show off some of the things that I've been able to get recently. So I'm just going to grab it in here and see what the first thing I pick out is, and it is, I believe, yes it is, the Easter Buggy diecast, which might be one of my favourite things from this haul, because I really wanted this diecast ever since it originally came out in 2017, because it was released, I believe February or March 2017, right before the third Cars movie. It was released exclusively in Toys R Us shops in North America, and it was basically a line of Easter cars like a McQueen and a Mater and a Ramon, where they all had Easter baskets and exclusive prints. But this car was also included, and is a car that a lot of people have wanted for quite a few years because of its existence in book form, like the Santa car that we got not too long after the book that the Santa car appeared in was released. But this one took a few years to get released, and for a long time it was exclusive to that 2017 wave until this year, 2021, where Mattel thankfully re-released it. Now it is a Thailand variant, which means that the eyes are a bit fuzzy, and on some of the cars it's more noticeable, but the printing is a bit fuzzy. I'm not too worried about it. This is, again, one of my favourite things from this haul. I also really like the render of the Easter Buggy, because I think that might be new or taken from the book. But whatever it is, it looks nice. So put that there. And the next thing I'm going to grab out from here is, I believe, yes, it is another diecast. It is Craig's Cartwright, which is a very strange name. But this is a Disney Planes diecast. And does anyone even remember the Planes films? Really? I mean, scary to think about, but the first Planes film came out close to 10 years ago. Think about that. I saw that film in cinemas, and that was nearly 10 years ago. But anyway, this Planes diecast was released in the Planes line, which was very short-lived. Excuse me. The Planes films both got diecast lines dedicated to them for both years. And then in 2015 and 2016, Mattel made it a full-on series that you could find in shops. Well, you could find it in shops in North America and places like that, but not in the UK. No, these seem to be either Amazon exclusives or just people on Amazon reselling them. Because in that period of time, my dad and I could only find these on Amazon or eBay. And back then, they were relatively cheap, and there's some diecasts that I saw then, I was like, I'm not going to get it yet, I'm not bothered. Now those diecasts go for quite a lot of money, because these Planes diecasts didn't really sell very well. Excuse me, I'm a bit hot at the moment. These Planes diecasts didn't sell very well, they weren't very well distributed, and by 2016, well, Cars 3 was going to come out the next year, so I think Mattel just decided, you know what, let's just get rid of this series altogether. And they cancelled quite a few interesting diecasts, which, if you ask me, are more interesting than some of the ones that have been released. Like, we were going to get Sea Fury diecasts, we were going to get some Sparky, Dottie, and Chug variants, which would have been nice to get, and we were going to get Nick Lupin Lopez, who only a couple prototypes have been found on eBay and reviewed by people, but luckily this is probably one of the rarer diecasts in my country. But it is quite a cool diecast, and this was released in the Proposh Junction line, and you see on the back it is, I think it says copyright 2015, but Again, you see Croix Cartwright and Yorklaw, another plane I'd like to find. If you're wondering why that name's like that, it's because it's Clay Hall backwards, and Clay Hall was the director of the Planes films, or at least he was the director of the first one. But I think as well, these Planes diecasts didn't sell too well, because when you compare them, the packaging to the size of a Cars diecast, it's like a third bigger. And it does make sense, because the Planes wingspan takes up quite a bit of packaging, but then, you know, look at how much blister is left over in this one, for example. So I think these just took up more shelf space and were less desirable. So unfortunately, these were cancelled. The line was cancelled, excuse me, in 2016, and it's been about 5 years since it's been discontinued. So yeah, hopefully they bring it back one day, but they probably won't, because, I mean, let's be honest, nobody remembers the Planes films. But anyway, nice diecast, but let's see what the next thing I grab will be, and it is, oh, it's a loose diecast thing. It is Thunderbird, where's the name? It's Thunderbird 3. Now, I've managed to collect all of the Thunderbird's Matchbox models in this haul, because a couple of months ago when I ordered these, I was on a real Thunderbirds kick, mostly because of the Thunderbirds live-action movie from 2004, which I saw wasn't very good, but the song was really good. But anyway, I was on a kick, and I thought, I really want to get all these Thunderbirds diecasts. So I managed to get them all for relatively cheap on eBay, besides some of them. This one was probably the cheapest one. It was only like £2 on eBay. Luckily, it's in slightly damaged condition. Like, you see the nose cone is a bit chewed up, but it's no big deal. And here we go. The next thing I'm going to grab out from here is, it's a 2-pack. It's Laura Spinwell and Ray Reverham, who are both really cool brand new molds for Piston Cup crews. Laura Spinwell especially is holding a bolt wrench, I think is what it's called, and Ray Reverham is just a new crew chief design, which is really nice. Now, these were released last year, as you can tell by the packaging was from last year. But again, in the UK, we are really screwed over with Disney Cars releases. We barely get anything besides singles. We only get, in like big shops, we only get singles and play sets. We don't get 2-packs unless they're a smaller toy shop, and we especially don't get deluxes unless it's a smaller toy shop. So I had to order this off eBay, and I'm very glad I did, because this year they re-released Laura in a 2-pack with Jackson Storm, but not Ray Reverham. Excuse me again. Yeah, they released Jackson Storm and Laura Spinwell, but not Ray Reverham. So unless he's going to get a single release, which would be cool, this is the best way to get these 2 diecasts. So I'm very glad I've got these. Put him over there. Next thing we're going to reach in and find is... oh, here we go. This is easily the rarest thing I got. It is the Thunderbirds Mole diecast. Now, this is one of 2 new in-box Thunderbirds items that I got. I must admit, when I ordered this, I didn't realise the packaging was quite this good condition. Now, this was the very last Thunderbirds Matchbox model to be released, because all the other ones released in 1992, and this one, I believe, was in 1993. Yes, it was 1993, when the Thunderbirds TV show was being re-aired on TV. But this is the hardest Matchbox Thunderbirds model to find by far. It cost me quite a bit of money on eBay. I'm not going to disclose how much, because that's, well, no offense, but it's not none of your business. I don't want to expose my wealth, to say, but this was easily the most expensive individual thing of any of these, what I've got off eBay. And honestly, I was gonna open it, but now I don't think I will. At least not now. If I find a second one on eBay for cheaper, and it's like new in box but it's damaged, I'll open that one. But I think I'm going to keep this in the package, because this is a really nice mod. It's very big as well. I didn't think it would be this big. Like, compared to Thunderbird 3, and the scaling's off, but compared to Thunderbird 3, it's just huge. Like you can see on the back of the packaging, there was a feature where you move the treads and the drill spins. You can tilt the platform down, like how it's shown there. And then you can take the whole drill off the platform, and it can go, well, it's meant to go underground like in the show, but you can just take it off its platform, and that's really nice. But I think I'm going to keep this in the package. I don't think I'm going to open it. Sorry about coughing. Next thing is, what's this? Oh, it's carrying on the trend of Thunderbirds. It's Thunderbird 1. Now, this is easily the most damaged thing I got. But again, I only got this for like £1 on eBay. You can see the nose cone is damaged, and I also discovered this earlier. The nose cone kind of lifts up. I think that's intentional because it's rubber, and it might be a safety thing, but also on this one it lifts up quite far, but I'm not going to do it too far, I don't want to break it. Yeah, Thunderbird 1 is a very nice model, got a wide base, and it has a feature where you can pull the wings out, which it did in the show. It did from like this angle, had the wings down, and then they would fold out very dramatically, but I think in the show the wings were grey. I think they were gunmetal grey like the body, but I like the blue wings, to be honest. I especially like how when they're like this, and you fold them out, the wings really line up with the body. I really like how it looks with the wings spread out. So anyway, there's Thunderbird 1. Next thing is, where is it? Here we go. Next thing, second to last thing I think, is Fab 1. This is a Matchbox model car, which is out of scale with the other vehicles, but then again the mole is horrifically out of scale. I like it. I think this is based off of car replicas of Fab 1, like IRL replicas of Fab 1 from the show, because in the show it was based off of Rolls-Royce cars, and the dome piece wasn't quite this big. But nonetheless, I do really like this model. It's very light in the hand, like there's not much die-cast in this. I think just the skin, outer shell of the car is die-cast, and then everything else is plastic. But you can see it has a nice moulded interior, which has one driver's seat. No drivers, no steering wheel from what I can see though. But it does appear to have like gauges, I think, which is interesting. And then it has the rear seating for Lady Penelope. But yeah, a nice diecast. Not probably the least desirable Thunderbird diecast, to be honest, because it is, well, it's just a car, but it is an iconic car nonetheless. So now I think the final thing is the biggest thing, and that is Thunderbird 2 and Thunderbird 4. Now, I was going to open this as well, and I still am going to open this. One, because the packaging is kind of, it's not in brilliant condition. You can see up there there's this like sticker residue, and it's all creased around the back, on the corners, and on the back it's not too bad on the back. But especially because when I took this out of the box originally, I discovered, you can see the blister is cracked. So I don't want to run the risk of having this on a shelf and for whatever reason it falls off, and then this breaks and Thunderbird 2 comes flying out and it gets damaged. I don't want to do that. So I am going to open this. But I got this new in the box because, well, originally I was going to get Thunderbird 2 and 4 out of the box, but the listing was taken up by the time we came around to ordering it. So I found this on a listing for relatively cheap, considering it's new in box. But I also got it in this format because every single Thunderbird 4 you see on eBay, except for Once in a Blue Moon, is damaged and scratched, and the paint is chipped. So, new in box is not going to have those problems. And so, this is the final Thunderbird I need to complete my collection. I think this is probably either the best or second best model next to the mole. And speaking of the mole, in this show, the mole is supposed to fit in this pod like Thunderbird 4, and and there would be legs that come out, and you drop the pod between the legs, and whatever's in it can drive out, like Thunderbird 4 can do. I think it might show it on the back, actually. It doesn't, actually. But in the show, whatever was in the pod would come out. And the Mole is meant to be one of those pod vehicles, but you can't do that because this is bigger than Thunderbird 2 itself. And actually, I think in the show as well, Lady Penelope's Fab 1 had its own pod, but obviously this is smaller, but it won't fit in there. It's meant to be the same size in canon as Thunderbird 4, but anyway. So there we have it. Just move this box out of the way and sort some things out. And that is my complete eBay haul. So thank you very much for watching. This is a bit haphazard, that's my leg. It's a bit haphazard video and it's probably not going to become a thing, but thank you for watching.